Bristol was very, very physical for him, but mental was the key when he came to Talladega. We're going to keep our eyes on that today. This is what the fans were waiting for. The field 2x2 as they get ready to get underway from Talladega Superspeedway.
It seems already for Team Penske. 2 of Brad Keselowski, these little gaps. 22 of Joe Logano moves down in line. They are the 4th and 5th cars on the bottom lane.
We see the 12 just above that 22. So those 3 Team Penske cars very close to each other, not all in line right now.
Car out 3 wide up at the front. Looks like the 20 of Christopher Bell. Hard to tell from that angle. Yes, it is the 20. He's outside the 19 of Truex. He's going to be losing spots with no help behind him.
I think Keselowski, that 2 car, he was trying to drag back to get the 12 in front of him, but there was no push to the 12. He didn't have enough speed to take advantage of it.
Look how quickly that second line has fallen back. It was Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch that were on the front row, but the 11 already has dropped back almost to 7th or 8th.
The Penske car's jumping that outside line. Denny likes to see that. He's going to go up there and get behind that 2 car, Brad Keselowski. They're going to start moving forward again. On that first start of the race, you don't want to do anything that's going to cost you a lot of spots. Like you saw Christopher Bell jump out of line, lost a ton of spots. Denny was falling back, stayed cool, held his position. Now he's pushing these Penske cars into the lead.
You see the 18 dropping back to the bumper of the 9 of Chase Elliott on that inside line. Penske cars are going to stay up on the high line as now the 18 gets a little bit of a run.
We're going to talk agendas all day long. The agendas for the playoff guys. Do you risk it? Go up there, try to score stage points. If you're not a playoff driver, do you risk getting in the mix early, or do you wait to see if the big accident comes?
Big push from Chase Elliott sends the 18 car up the inside of Joey Logano. Now the momentum again from the outside. Denny Hamlin still glued to the back bumper of the 2 car off into turn 1. Joey's going to get in front of that line. He feels like that's where the energy's at. They're teamed up pretty good on the bottom, though, guys.
I want to remind you that double yellow line, that is out of bounds. You are not allowed to improve your position below that double yellow line. So they'll want to stay above that.
An outside lane now 3 wide. William Byron saw a little bit of push coming from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Jumped up to be the leader of that outside line 3 wide. Kyle Busch back out front.
Now we see the 24 of William Byron. He's up on that high line.
So we see if this top lane with William Byron can work.
Kurt Busch jumps out in front of the 24, thinking there might be some momentum there.
Yeah. Now Blaney's going to go up there and try to either control that outside line and slow them down. Now he's on the outside of Denny Hamlin. He's committed to that 3rd groove.
They're just simply trying to be the first guy in the line they think has forward momentum. So Ryan Blaney jumps to that outside. This is why. See that big push coming. Logano with a block.
Yeah, we also saw Denny Hamlin get a little bit nervous there as he had a big shove from just behind him in the 19 of Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah, they all had to get out of the gas there, Rick, and you see the speed and the pace they're losing. Positions being lost.
See Matty D. He now jumped up behind Logano. Logano lost Blaney and all of that. When the 2 got in the middle, it just slowed the energy down from that pack, and that separated the 12 and the 22. So now you have 4 Penskes in a line. Wood Brothers cars, a teammate with Team Penske. So you have 4 of them lined up. That's exactly what they wanted to do.
So that's teams. What about manufacturers? How easy is it to find the other Fords out there and get together and work together?
It's a huge effort now, Rick. It's going to be interesting to see as these stages come to the end how they stay put together, because there's a lot of drivers in this race that need stage points, and there's others that don't. There's others that are here only to win. They're not in the playoffs anymore, and those relationships they'll get splintered as this race goes on.
Denny Hamlin to the top there, either by decision to get out of that lead draft.
He's got that security blanket. He won a week ago at Las Vegas. He doesn't have to be up front leading this race. He doesn't have to have great points today. He's automatically onto that ground, and so we see Denny Hamlin falling back as the big pack here.
This is the thing we've seen Denny do before, where he'll go back to the back of the field and ride around and watch everybody wreck themselves out of this race and go up there and steal the win late.
teammate Kyle Busch that's up front on that inside line. He has Chase Elliott right behind him. Kyle Larson has been quiet right there in third, but staying right on the double yellow line as well.
Harvick, he left that inside line, jumped up to the top. You mentioned manufacturers, Rick. That puts a lot of Fords in that outside line. Now, Kevin Harvick in that 4 car, he is someone that needs stage points. Came here below the cut line. He's going to try to get track position and never give up.
And a big run here. Logano in that Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. We saw the view out the front windshield to the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Harvick now leading at Talladega.
That inside line's coming fast, though. They've got great help, and they're very tight together. Good momentum. Harvick does not go down there and block that run. He stays committed to the outside line, hoping to get more help from the Fords behind him. A little bit of movement on that 18 car as he's getting a hard push from the 9 of Chase Elliott. Good organization in the outside line. Matt DiBenedetto back there behind the 22. We see him up front at this race a lot. It's not a mistake. It's not a fluke. He's really good at the plate races.
And Joey Logano doing a great job pushing Kevin Harvick. Offset his car to the right. You can push on that rear bumper on the right side of that car. You don't want to push on the left in a corner. You can spin the guy out. You push him on the right, it's much safer.
Harvick stays in this middle groove. He could go down and get in front of that 18, but he sees the momentum on the outside. Getting help from his spotter as well to know what line's coming, where the energy's going to come. Joe Logano's great at pushing as well at these racetracks. Can be a little aggressive at times.
You see right now, the first 3 Fords are out front. If they could get Keselowski in that 5th one, then they could pick whatever lane they wanted.
Harvick leading at Talladega.